Hey everybody, it's Mikayla and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we're just gonna have a little talk. It is officially New Year's Day. It is January 1st, 2021, so I figured we could have a nice motivational talk. Hopefully I'm motivated enough to get this video edited by January 2nd so that this New Year talk won't happen in the middle of March. So let's cross your fingers for me. So before we jump into, like our goals and everything, I wanted to announce something that I was very excited about. So I don't know if you guys remember, but my recent video where I was like baking all my Christmas cookies, I also did a giveaway. I gave back to about 6 people. Like I said, my goal is to be like a Mr. Beast. I really want to start making enough money to where I can start giving back to you guys as much as possible. So that little giveaway that I was able to do, it actually inspired some people. And I had some anonymous donors. I received $1,200 to give back to people. It was so exciting. So I just wanted to show you guys what I did with that money. So for my last giveaway, I met some amazing people that were really struggling, but like I said, I didn't really have too much to give away to them yet. So out of the people I gave money to, I picked a few that were really genuinely grateful and really needed more. So I decided to give them more. So the first person we donated to received $600. Like, that's so awesome. Like, I really was able to give this woman $600. So here that is. So here's her story. She's a mom of 3. She sent me pictures of her kids and they are absolutely adorable. She told me that this past Christmas they couldn't even afford to put up a Christmas tree, let alone Christmas presents, and that just broke my heart because, Christmas isn't about the presents, but when you're a little kid, you're just so excited to like open presents that Santa brought you. I mean, I'm still excited to, know that Santa's coming, let alone a little 6-year-old. Are you kidding me? So I gave her 50 bucks and she sent me a message a couple days later and she actually gave her kids $10 to $12 each to go spend at the dollar store, and they were so excited that they could each get 10 to 12 items. And that was just like so touching to me, like that they were so excited to go to the dollar store. Like I was so happy that I was able to help them out and they were so grateful for that. So I sent her $600 hopefully to like kick off her new year and really help her out a lot more. So thank you to my anonymous donor that was able to help with that one. Next up, we had a father and he has kids and he found out he had another on the way. When I helped him out, he told me that he couldn't even like afford money for gas. So I sent him $30. I was like, here, fill up your next tank, whatever. And he was so grateful for that. So me and my anonymous donor sent him $150. There's that. I was just really happy to be able to do that. But then his response just literally broke my heart. He sent me a picture of his bank account with 11 cents in it. And I was like, $150 may not seem like a lot to a lot of you, but like when you have 11 cents in your bank account, like I know that I really and truly just helped this family out. Like $150 is enough for groceries for the week and a tank of gas. And if you have any left over, maybe 10 bucks, you can put that towards your next rent bill. Like, he was so grateful for it and it just made me feel so good to know that I was able to help him at least in the smallest way. Next up, we had a guy. He's a retired firefighter and he's a single dad of 4 kids. I sent him $40 originally just to help him out, but yesterday we sent him $300. I'm not going to read you guys the full message he sent me back because it's really personal, but let me just tell you that this man told me he was 10 minutes away from giving up on God and giving up his faith, and that he was literally outside the grocery store with no money and he didn't know how he was going to buy food for his kids. And he told me that I literally sent him that money. Like, I sent all this money randomly. They had no idea they were getting it. So he had no idea that he was getting this money, and he told me that he was sitting in the parking lot of the grocery store sobbing with his kids in the car, and he just, like, all of his faith was restored, and he said that, like, me and my anonymous donor are literally, like, angels that were sent to him to help him out, and that now he knows that he can still put his faith in God and God still has his back. So that was just very touching, and like I had tears in my eyes. My person who sent in the donations had tears in her eyes. So it was just a very touching moment, and it just made me feel really good to know that like we were able to help someone out that much. Like, giving someone that money literally restored their faith in God. Like, for all I know, like, God really sent me to that man to help him. So that was just a really cool moment. If you guys watching this aren't religious, I apologize. I am, so I just wanted to speak on like what I believe and what he believed. But if not, just kind of roll past that. I just wanted to spread a little bit of my faith there. So here's this one. It was just a really cool moment. There goes the wild mom.
What? What do you speak of?
Go take care of your business, woman.
It's wet hair.
Goodbye. Be gone.
Adios.
So the last person we were able to donate to, he said that he was just recently married and he was 3 months behind on mortgage, about to be 4 months. He wants to be a writer. He was a bartender and he lost his jobs due to COVID. So originally, a couple weeks ago, I donated $40 to him and he was so grateful, and he told me as soon as his first book is out, he's sending me a copy, and I'm like, oh, that's like awesome. Like, that's so cool. Like, I'm able to help this guy get on his feet a little bit, like just $40, and I get to be a part of his journey. So we decided to send him $150. And he was another one. He said that everyone's put on this earth for different purposes, and he believes that I was put on earth to be his angel. Like, I can't believe how much this means to people, and it's just so touching that I'm able to like help. So here's this one. So then the last thing that I did that day, this dancer that I love, I've been a huge fangirl of forever. Her name is JoJo Gomez. She posted on her story that one of her friends was struggling. He had just moved, and then he moved back to Vegas, and he's just like behind on his bills, and he normally doesn't ask for help, but he publicly came out and like he admitted he was like embarrassed. I don't know why people feel embarrassed about that stuff. Like, I feel like everyone struggles. So if you're struggling, don't be afraid to ask for help. Like, there's kind people in the world that will bless you. Even if I'm not able to, other people will. I just sent him $25, you know, to just help a little. He said on his story that even $1 would help, so I'm like, I'll give you 25 of them. So here's this one. I'm really excited because a couple weeks ago I was able to give away, I think I did like $250 to $300 range. But this time we gave away $1,235, so that was a major upgrade. That was awesome. Now we're gonna get into the motivational stuff. So I wanna start off talking about manifestation because I don't think people understand what a powerful tool that is. If you're positive and you speak nothing but positivity in the air, you're bound to have a positive result, you feel me? Whereas if you're speaking negatively, you're only gonna welcome in the negative. So at the start of 2020, I sat in my bed and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna have a great year. You know, I was a straight A student. I'm a great student, but I hated college. I hate having like, you have to do this structure. You have to be here at 9 a.m. You have to do this. You have to do that. You know, I loved my college professors, but college dance wasn't necessarily the most suiting for me because again, I didn't like the, you have to do this, you have to do that. Ballet is not my favorite genre, and my favorite teacher in the world sadly passed away at the end of 2019, so like I lost him teaching me my least favorite subject, so I was just kind of like, man, like, ugh, how am I supposed to do this? Modern dance isn't necessarily my favorite style either. I love heels dancing, I love dancing and feeling sexy, I love doing contemporary, I love teaching, but like the genres that you have to take every single day in college dance just weren't really my thing. So I was like, what can I do to like get out of this? Because I'm not gonna survive another 2.5 years of this. As good of a student as I was, it just wasn't for me. So I sat in my bed and I got on my Snap story and I made a little thing for my private Snap story, and it was, I will hit 1 million followers on TikTok this year. I will hit 100K on Instagram this year. I will make a certain amount of money. I just don't want to say it because I don't really like people in my personal business. I hit every single goal. At the time, I think I was at like 200K on TikTok, and literally like I had just hit like I think 20 or 30K on Instagram, so it seemed very unrealistic. But when I tell you I surpassed every single goal by a lot, like I hit my money goal. I am at 7.5 million followers on TikTok, 582,000 on Instagram. I got verified on Snapchat literally like 2 weeks ago, and I already have 62,000 subscribers on that. I hit my money goal. And all year I kept saying something huge is gonna happen, I don't know what yet. Something huge is gonna happen, I don't know what yet. I spoke that into existence. I went on vacation to California, had no intentions of moving. I thought that I was honestly gonna stay here in Michigan and just take trips to California. As soon as I came back within 2 weeks, I got a U-Haul and drove across country and just randomly moved to California. Like, I literally live in LA now in a huge content house. I'm part of the Lab content house. Like, that's insane. Even in college, like, my college was literally across the street from me, so I didn't move out because I wanted to save money instead of blowing it on a dorm. Like, I had never moved before. So the first time I moved in, I packed my bags and go drive across country to California. That's, like, not normal, but I did it. And then the amount of people I met, like, I've met so many big-time famous people that I talk to. They're my friends now that I just never imagined I would ever even, like, look at. It's crazy to me. So the moral of this story here is, I spoke every single thing into existence and I made sure it happened. So that's my number one piece of advice for you guys this 2021 is write down all your goals, say it out loud and believe it. Like, tell people. Like, I remember I used to walk around my house, I'd be like, Mom, I'm about to be famous. She's like, yeah, okay, I'll believe it when I see it. Mom, I hit 10K on TikTok, I'm gonna be famous. She's like, that's nothing, come back to me when you hit 100K. A couple weeks later, Mom, I hit 100K on TikTok. She's like, I'll be excited for you when you hit 1 million. Now, like, now she's like, come back to me when you hit 10 million. I didn't think I'd ever come back to her about that, but it seems as though I will be coming back to her in about March for hitting 10 million on TikTok. Like, 10 million. Let that sink in. Like, I still don't believe it. Like, it's hard to, like, wrap it around my head that I have 10 million people supporting me. Like, I love you all and I thank you so much for that. I'm not here to brag, I'm here to tell you guys that you have to force it to happen, whatever you want. Whether you want to be an influencer, you want to be a doctor, you want to be a professional ice skater, you want to be a plumber, you have to set these goals and make it happen. If you want to make $1 million, write it down and say that you will make $1 million this year. If you want to make $5 million, write it down. Because the cool thing is too, I'm going to use me for an example again, because it's my video and it makes sense. 2 years ago, I was working a minimum wage job at Target. I was making $11 an hour, and now I make so much off social media, like, it's ridiculous. So you have to set those high goals for yourself, because the only thing that could possibly happen is you fall short. So let's say my goal is to make $2 million. Even if I don't make $2 million, since I had such a high goal, I'm gonna fall short and make $1 million. You know what? You're still a millionaire. You feel me? That's low-key my goal for this year. I'm gonna be a millionaire, just wait. I literally wrote that down. I will become a millionaire. And it's gonna happen. Like, I fully believe it. I see where I am now. It's gonna happen. So I challenge every single one of you to sit down. I want you to think about your mental health, and I want you to write down goals that you have for your mental health. For me, I have very, very bad anxiety. It's to the point where, like, I literally went to the doctor yesterday because I've been, like, feeling tired, and it's all because of my mental health. Like, my heart rate was really, really fast, and he told me he was worried about it, and it's just because I'm so anxious all the time. So I'm writing down, like, my goals are to just, like, take care of my mental health, go get therapy, like, not be so worried about things that aren't in my control. So I want you guys to write down some mental health goals. I want you guys to write down some physical health goals. For me, it's my diet. I eat like absolute crap. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, I will encourage you guys to eat whatever you want. The problem is I really don't eat healthy at all. So it makes me very tired and it makes me feel disgusting and unmotivated. So my goal is to just actually have a good, like, eating plan, and I want to write out, like, actual grocery lists so that I know exactly what I'm going to buy and exactly what I'm going to make, and I want to get into meal prepping. So I'm going to get some fruits, some vegetables, some healthier options, but then I'm also still going to reward myself. Like, if I want ice cream, if I want some cookies, I will, but I just need to, like, start focusing on not eating that all day long 24/7. There's nothing wrong with treating yourself, but I treat myself 24/7. And I need to start drinking way more water. I'm talking half a gallon to a gallon a day. I'm lucky if I drink a bottle a day. So that's it. And then the end of this year, my mental health was kind of going down the drain, so I stopped working on my physical health. Like, the dance studios are closed due to the pandemic, so I haven't really been able to dance, and I just haven't been able to get myself to go to the gym. So starting literally last night, I started working out again. I'm making myself get up and I'm going to the gym. They say it takes 26 days for your bodies to get used to doing something. So every day for 26 days, do something and it's gonna become routine for you. For example, if you don't brush your teeth every morning, if you brush your teeth every morning for 26 days, it's gonna become a healthy habit that you will do every single day. Write down goals for your physical health. I want you guys to write down goals that will make you happy. such as turning off your phone a couple hours before bed, only limiting yourself to a certain amount of social media, making sure that you guys give yourself an hour a day to do like spa time, like cucumbers on the eyes, face masks, getting your nails done, doing your nails, doing your toes, hair masks, whatever. Something else that can make you happy is watching a show that you want. After you get all your work done for the day, make sure you give yourself an hour to binge watch your favorite show. Just something like that. So write down a couple goals that will make you happy, because being happy is the only way you'll stay motivated and continue to like grow as a person. Then lastly, I want you guys to make career goals. Write down how much money you want to make this year. Make it unrealistic. If you made $100 last year, make your goal $500 this year. Write down what you want in your career. Make it unrealistic. If you're only in college, freshman year, say you want that internship and look up ways to get it. Go on social media, type in your career choice, and look up people that work in that field. Follow them, go through their followers and see people who do the same thing, follow them. Look up hashtags. If you want to become an entrepreneur and you want to sell wine, Gary Vee said that he looked up wine under a hashtag and he reached out to every single wine company that popped up, small or big, and look at where he is now. That's literally what I did with dance and social media. I looked up people, I followed who they followed, I reached out to people, I looked up hashtags, I commented on people's videos, like even if they had one follower, that's another person that'll follow me too, and then you have good connections and good friendships for life. So yeah, so I want you guys to just like write down goals and really follow it. That's my number one piece of advice, honestly, is to manifest and follow through and stay motivated. You won't see results for a while, but it'll eventually come. It took me a whole year to hit 1 million on TikTok, and that was in February. And since February, I have gained 7 million more. And I already know that this year is gonna be insane. This year, my goals are to hit 15 million on TikTok, to hit 3 million on Instagram and get verified, to hit 1 million on YouTube, and 500,000 subscribers on Snapchat. And those are just like a few of my career goals. I'm not gonna go through my whole list because like it's my business, you know. I posted on my private story, that makes me feel accountable. But what I want you guys to do also, any goals that aren't like personal to you that you feel like you can publicly display, write it down, post it on your stories. Because let me tell you, nothing will motivate you more than having to be accountable for your actions. When you say online, I will do this, you have people that expect you to do it then. Like I'm literally sitting here now in front of my 80,000 YouTube subscribers saying I will have 1 million YouTube subscribers in a year, so now I have to. So you guys help me out a little bit with that. You feel me? Share this video. Don't forget, tell your friends. Share it to your Instagram stories, your Snapchat stories, and your Facebook. I'd really appreciate it because then I'll be able to do more giveaways too. Speaking of giveaways, you know, because that's pretty much my spiel. I just want to talk to you guys about manifesting. Speaking of giveaways, I am gonna continue to do some more monetary giveaways, but I've just been thinking like I want to do some like objects too. I'm gonna give away some clothes and stuff. That'll be down the road. I already have a few things put together now from different sponsors. But I'm gonna like look into getting some more stuff, and I'm gonna do some giveaways. Make sure you guys are subscribed to my channel and follow my Instagram. It's also Mikailadancer. And my Snapchat, Mikailadancer, because I will be doing different giveaways on all different platforms, and I want to make sure you guys are the first to see it all. Yeah, so I know 2020 was not a good year for a lot of people. I know everybody's lives got turned upside down. I mean, mine did too. I was literally in college last year at this time. People lost loved ones, people didn't have good health. But I want you guys to know it's all a mindset thing. You're allowed to be sad and you're allowed to be upset, but don't dwell on things and let it ruin your life. Diddy posted something about if 2020 didn't bring out the hustle in you, it's not in you. And I shared that, and I actually got a lot of like backlash on it. And it was from people that like I specifically knew from school too, which kind of had me shook. And they were like, this is very tone deaf. It's not my fault that health wasn't good, or I lost a loved one and I couldn't do this and I couldn't do that. The hustle culture is bad, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, you're just being pessimistic. I lost loved ones. My life was turned upside down. I had like $0 to my name. But what I did is I allowed myself to feel those emotions, but only for so long. Like Beyonce says, she only cries for 24 hours and then she bosses back up. But honestly, everyone in life is gonna have downfalls, and it's never gonna always be perfect. So it's how you react to those things that proves if you're a hustler. If getting out of bed is hard for you, and you do that and you make that cup of coffee, that's part of your hustle. If getting up and going to the gym is hard for you, doing that is part of your hustle. Hustling and being a hard worker doesn't mean that you're out here and you're like the top millionaire. Everyone's hustle is different and everyone's work ethic is different. So what you need to do is you need to write down your goals. The definition of hustling is literally working very hard towards a goal. It doesn't matter what those goals are. Everyone is at different levels. So when I posted that, I was kind of surprised at that. And I'm like, I have a lot of pessimistic, negative people following me, and that's why they're always going to be in these negative dark holes and they're never going to grow out of it. So if you looked at Diddy's post and you were like, I can't believe he posted that, this directly goes out to you. Change your mindset. 2020 was a terrible year. It was awful. Terrible for everyone. I don't want to have to wear a mask going to a grocery store. I don't want to have to get poked by vaccines just to be able to fly. I don't want my grandpa getting sick. I don't want to lose my favorite teacher. Like, nobody wants that stuff to happen, but it did happen. So my challenge for you guys is 2021, obviously those bad things aren't just going to go away. I think it's going to get worse before it gets better. But you need to go in with the mindset that no matter what hurdles you have to jump over, you're still jumping over them and you will be okay and you will go through it and you will succeed. I promise you guys. If you have a different mindset, things will work out in your favor a lot more. So if you're one of those people that was like, oh, Diddy, you're tone deaf. No, Diddy had a point. You just have a negative mindset. You need to work on being positive. You need to work on overcoming obstacles and being inspired by other people and allowing them to show you that good things can come, even in the worst circumstances. So that's my life lesson for you guys. Just manifest, work hard, and take everything that happened in 2020 and just try to find positive outcomes in 2021. I love you all. Hopefully this helped provide some kind of an insight and helps you guys a little bit. Yeah. I love you all. Do not forget to like and subscribe.